These 6 games, which were once the core pillars of what made Roblox FNF games as fun as they were, have all made drastic mistakes, resulting in an almost complete decline of their popularities, starting with Lemon Funky, a game only developed by one guy, known as the Blade Ninja. The game mostly gained attention due to its technical achievements when it came to how advanced the mechanics and other characteristics the game displayed, at a time where the stage was set for new competitors in the Ro-FNF genre, with popular games such as Funky Friday beginning to decline. Unfortunately, due to this being all done by mostly one person, the owner would eventually be burnt out, reasonably so, and would ultimately abandon the project for an extended period of time, before eventually coming back and updating the game once again. However, at least the game's developer attempted to come back, unlike Maple Galaxy, the creator of Basically FNF, the pioneer of Roblox FNF games. Basically FNF eerily parallels Lemon Funky's downfall, with the developer just wanting to make a game based off of FNF for fun, with it not expecting to get much attention. But since this happened during FNF's peak in popularity, which was in early 2021, the game absolutely popped off, with it gaining over 100,000 concurrent players at a certain point in time, and 171 million visits as of the writing of this video. The game would be put into review for what is considered to this day an unfathomable reason, and with that came irreversible repercussions, most notably a brutal decline in the game statistically. The owner realized the amount of traction the game had obtained, and then decided to keep trying to sustain the game's popularity by making Basically FNF Remix, a massive improvement over the original that, in all honesty, still somewhat holds up to this day. But alas, Maple did not constantly update the game, therefore meaning that it had less content and people moved on from it in about a month. However, at least the game did not have to publicly announce the fact that it wouldn't be updating anymore, unlike Monday Morning Misery, which after a long while began to close its doors when it came to updates. Monday Morning Misery was a game that was doomed from the start, with it gaining a lot of notoriety for its malpractice of adding in mods without permission from their original creators. The game itself was also just essentially FNF ported onto Roblox, with no point system or any charm to have it be distinguishable from other games. Eventually, the developer would come out and say that they didn't play FNF as much anymore, and decided to give it one final update, which as of the time of writing the script, has not been released yet. However, at least the developer chose when they wanted to stop working on the game, which can't be said for Java Coded, one of the main developers of what is statistically the most popular Roblox FNF game, Funky Friday. The game was made in February of 2021, and really started to gain traction when Basically FNF had been put under review. The game would constantly be updated and would begin to fall off in April of 2022, and a month later, the game's team would make the worst decision conceivable. They signed a contract with a company known as GameFam. GameFam would only make things worse for the game when it was supposed to make things better, and by extension, would eventually land the game in legal trouble. Watch my 2 videos on Funky Friday for more info. However, at least the game's developer were mostly in the clear when it comes to them as people, and are still actively working on the game, which can't be said for FNB's main developer, Robotic Developer. FNB was created in mid to late 2021, and would showcase some very promising and advanced mechanics at the time, such as 2v2s. Similar to Monday Morning Misery though, the game was eventually first in hot water for not only adding in mods without the developer's permissions, but also for stealing assets from other games, such as the Miku mod map from Funky Friday. Furthermore, Robo would also continuously find herself in more and more drama, which includes complaining about her game not being popular enough, adding a KKK invasion to her game, and arguing with clickbaiters. In October 2023, Robo would announce the final update for FNB after a debacle regarding Claufo, the creator of Versus Imposter, saying that she hates the FNF community and wants to move on from the game and anything related to it. However, at least Robo herself chose to let the game die, unlike yet another Funkin' Nights creators, who after several allegations, were forced off of the internet entirely. Yet another Funkin' Night was a game with serious potential back in late 2021, with amazing mechanics, animations, and a myriad of mods to choose from. If it weren't for the developer's deplorable actions, the game would probably be objectively better than FNB today. Unfortunately, that's not the case, because the main developer blamed someone else for a raid when it wasn't them who instigated it, and constantly spread lies about other Ro-FNF games, most notably FNB. Other developers would also be under fire for very suspicious and dodgy activity, such as defending pedophilia and underpaying their developers. Generally speaking, I believe it is suffice to say that the genre of Ro-FNF has died out due to numerous reasons portrayed by the games listed previously, from negligence to lackluster updates and even to grooming. Unfortunate how that had to be the case for a once thriving genre of games that brought many people together over the years.